Hey, this is Josh Muir. So for the past few days, weeks, whatever it's been, I've been working on converting my closet into a recording studio, kind of like a recording booth. And I've got a lot of the stuff already finished. I've got my monitor mounted on the wall. I've got my keyboard and mouse mounted on just a little shelf there. And then on the inside there, which I actually run off a Mac Mini, that's mounted on the wall too. So there's still some more things to do, like running power and whatnot. The biggest thing right now is I need to get sound panels inside of the closet. There's too much space, open space for sound to bounce off the walls. So I'm gonna put together some sound panels, put some foam on them, and then put them on the walls. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do this. So let's go take a look. In order to do this, you're gonna need a few things. The first thing I grabbed here is canvas. So you can go to a place like Michael's, Joann Fabrics, somewhere that sells craft supplies and get a canvas. Obviously the amount of panels you want, the amount of canvases that you're gonna need. Foam padding. I actually, believe it or not, where I work, I was able to just grab a bunch of foam padding because we just had a ton of it. So it was super cheap, as in free. But even on Amazon or somewhere else, you can get these really cheap. You can get like 24 of them for 10, 15, 20 bucks or whatever it is. So keep it very inexpensive by getting those foam pads. There's a ton of videos out there that'll tell you get spikes, make sure that it's broken up a certain way. I honestly don't know all the in-depth science behind that, so I just kind of went with, what is this? Almost an inch thick, maybe 3/4 of an inch thick padding. Probably there is better padding out there, but I'm gonna keep it pretty cheap, so that's what I'm doing. I also got Mod Podge, however it's pronounced. This is just kind of like a water-based glue. I really don't know the best glue to get. I just went with some sort of craft glue and one that there was a lot of on the shelf because I knew that if they were stocking a ton of it, most likely it's great for crafts. So I try to find something that was kind of all-inclusive where it would work on any material. And then finally, you're gonna need something to hang it with. The panels, I'm actually gonna hang these up with cutout pieces of tape, double-sided tape, kind of mounting strips. You can do like a picture frame and hang it up like a picture frame. You can get command hooks, you can do a bunch of stuff. But I'm trying to keep this as cheap as possible. All of this material probably cost me, say that I spent $10 on the foam pads if I were to go out and buy them. If I spent, maybe these were $5 at a craft store. And then Mod Podge was probably about $5. And then these I actually picked up from the dollar store. They're probably garbage, I'm not gonna lie. They're probably garbage. I'm gonna probably have to switch them out with something else, but it's a start. So what, I'm bad at math. That ends up being like 20 bucks or something like that. So relatively inexpensive way to get some sound panels in your studio if you're kind of building your own thing, which is what I'm doing. Let's see how it works. So just like I said a moment ago, we've got our actual panels. We've got our foam padding. We've got our Mod Podge. We've got our double-sided mounting tape. Let's get to work. So I got 2 panels. These are kind of dirty. They've been out in the garage for a little bit because I've been putting this off for longer than I probably should have. But 2 panels here. Let's go ahead and try the junky one first. This one actually already has a little bit of damage to it. Lulu, the little one you saw, is actually the one that's damaging that. But first I want to measure out these panels to see how many I can fit here. Actually, yeah, let's do that. I think this would actually look really good. This would be great, if I did something like this, but part of me feels like I'd rather cover as much of the panel as I can, and there's too much lost on the sides here. So I'm gonna go with this kind of like symmetrical look. Excuse me, Molly, if you wouldn't mind. All right, she minds. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this down, and then the next step is gluing it. So I apologize, I didn't tell you to get a scissor handy, but get a scissor handy. The idea here is I'm actually gonna cut that in half. I can actually use that piece that I have here on both sides, so I don't actually have to waste another piece. I'm just using one piece for here and here. So let's go ahead and start with that. So just kind of, I'm not really taking measurements here. I could be very precise and get exact measurements and things like that, but obviously folding it in half is a pretty good measurement there. Let's see how far up I need to go. The less cutting, the better. I'm gonna try to get as close to the edge as I can here. eyeballing how far off I'm on the ledge here. I'm gonna pull this one up about there. I'm just gonna make some kind of initial cuts. Say right here, just kind of some initial cuts. I'm gonna use this as a guide. Kind of cut the edge of this off. See how this goes. Yeah, this is not gonna be anywhere near perfect. You can already tell it's super raggedy, whatever you want to call it. Same thing here, just gonna kind of run along the edge here. If you have like, what it would be like a miter saw or something where you could just kind of right through this, that would be pretty cool. I don't know if, because this is so easy to cut through, if a miter saw would actually be a bit of overkill. Scissors are doing the job pretty well. Actually, if you've got a long X-Acto knife blade, that would actually work really well. Put an X-Acto knife to work here. But going with the scissor approach. I think that's it. So that's at full length. And even once these foam pads go over it, it hides that imperfection over there in that corner. And I'm even going to position it in a way where you won't even be able to see that thing. Make my initial cut here. It's actually probably way easier to cut along the flat side than it is the bumpy side. I should have done that on the first one. Good job, me. All right, let's go and just rotate this thing around. Actually, let's cut this first. I'm gonna lose my mind. That's what's going on. All right, so it does look like on the one side, I probably have it pushed over this side more than I need to, but looks all right. I think it'll be fine.
The one or two people that will actually be kind of going through the living room, myself and my wife, we won't care. So they have it. Back over here. I keep forgetting what angle it's supposed to be at.
This bubble, this kind of padding is actually different from the other ones. Huh, whatever. All right, let's make this initial cut. Okay.
There we go. So this, scrap was really tough. I'm starting to get better at it towards the end here.
All right, that's the layout. And I just have to repeat it with the second one. Let's go to the next step, and that's gonna be gluing it to the thing. Here, let me shake this actually. It's a shake. We're gonna shake it. I could get like a sponge brush and spread this and try to get as much coverage as possible. I don't really think that's necessary. I'm just gonna kind of do one of these.
And hopefully that's enough to kind of hold it.
Let's see, kind of this on the edge. That's fine. And this is where I'll try to be as careful as possible. So, just kind of pushing down a little bit. Getting nice and comfy here. Let it hold. All right, we're good there. Let's go to this other side here. Just gonna rotate. I'm gonna put this right next to it so I know how far I want the glue to go. Actually, let's just start there.
All right, I gotta do two of these, so I don't want to waste a ton of glue. Gotta be careful with the amount I'm using. There we go. Look at that, all right.
Kind of making it, massaging it in here. Alright, looking good. Next up, we're going to do these little corner pieces, same method.
There we are. Just watch your list. Alright, and covering up that rough corner. Just massaging it.
Looks good. Rotate it.
Last piece.
All right, so they're on here. They're not falling. Oop, that one fell. a little extra massage there. I'm gonna let them sit. I'm not gonna bother them for a little bit as that glue kind of adheres to that foam padding. You know, it might have been smarter to do more adhesive. I think that's good. That's good for now. Let's get on to the next piece. All right, kind of that layout. Start by cutting this guy in half. I don't even need that other one. Get out of here. Just like on the last one, I'm gonna cut this in half.
we're good. Let's make our little initial cut. But I keep on, that was the side cut this one. Let's go do this one. Use that as a template. It's going to be a lot easier to cut this because I'm not trying to continuously get my hand out of the way when I'm cutting. Alright, there we go. Rotate it. And hold the big side again. Still. So I'm going to just kind of chop off a little bit more in the beginning. I don't really care that much. There we go. This side is good. Let's try to do the same thing on the other side. Whatever. I'm doing the wrong side. It's too much work to rotate that. So this is a DIY for lazy people. We're good. We're good. I'm not gonna worry about it. We need to say a little bit more than one. Concentration at peak levels. Over the edge there. Alright.
Alright, all of these pieces are cut now. We're going to do the same thing that we did on the other one, and we're going to glue them.
Almost there. Almost there. These side panels. Or these little square panels. Side panels. What am I thinking? Alright. Good. Rotation. Last piece.
Quick and easy soundproofing panels. The final and most exciting part about this is actually going to be hanging the panels. My plan is, and there's a ton of different places you could put these, the best spot for me is going to be down here. So I'm actually going to try to put them right here and see how that sounds. Obviously there's still stuff in this closet that's going to be, my voice is going to be bouncing off of. But I also use this. So I'm hoping that helps and it doesn't bounce as much, and whatever's behind me, like a big heavy moving blanket, is going to absorb that. So we'll see once we get there, but let's go ahead and apply these mounting strips. I'm going to do a ton of them because of how much I doubt this is going to hold them. I'm going to probably do more than is necessary, but who knows, it'll probably still fall. So this will end up being 12 pieces per panel. Hopefully we'll do the trick. Hopefully. I probably should have gotten like foam specific adhesive. That would probably do the job a little bit better than what I have. Rather than eyeballing it, I'm gonna probably just do a little measurement so I know where I want the top of these to be at.
Something like right there. Let's put this thing. Try to level that a little bit. Put it right there.
It'll at least be a little marker for me to know where to put these. So when I'm going to hang them, I could just pop them right there. So I'm going to do a little bit of a gap in between them. Nothing crazy.
It looks like it's in the center.
And that's just my spacing. So that's going to be the spacing in between each of these panels. It's probably not perfect. It's not perfect, but it'll be relatively close. Okay, so we're going to peel this tape off, or the film off on the other side. I have a bunch of garbage here on my little couch, my little futon.
This tape is pretty cheap. This mounting tape. Gotta go from the other side. There we go.
And then, you know, eventually we'll graduate up from these. We'll get rid of these little panels. We'll put up, you know, a little bit better of soundproofing panels. And this is the last one. All right. So because I want to hide that imperfection, I'm actually going to put that in the bottom left corner. All right, so I'm going to move that guy out of the way.
Put this one up right here. Some of you that are OCD might be freaking out right now. But there it is.
I don't think I let the adhesive dry as long as I probably should have. First one's up. We'll see how long it stays up. We'll see if these little foam panels come off. But let's do the next one. All right, there's all 12. And now we're back to peeling these guys off. All right, there it is.
Put it out this side, it's perfectly fine. There's my spacing.
There we are. I'm kind of pressing down on each one of these little spots where the adhesive is. Hopefully it gives it a little bit better of a hold. There we are. We got our soundproofing panels. They're not the most perfect, but I think they're pretty darn good. I think they'll do the job, and hopefully the sound in that room is just a little bit better because of it. Thanks for taking the time to watch. I really hope you enjoyed that process of putting together soundproofing panels on the cheap. Anyway, if you did like it, if you think you know someone that might enjoy it, please like, share, do whatever you can to spread the word and spread this DIY. So thanks. This is Josh again, checking out.